So for me, when it comes to EDC, carrying my keys is the most frustrating part. They have single use to open the doors, they jingle, and they're very hard to carry in pockets. But with a little bit of investment, foresight and planning, we can make carrying keys a breeze, and that is exactly what we are going to be doing in this video, so let's go. Hi, my name is Ayan. On this channel, I'll help you find the right tools for your daily life adventures. And talking about daily carry, as I mentioned, I totally hate carrying keys as a part of my everyday carry. That is the only item that I don't want to carry intentionally, but we still have to do the job because we need to carry keys to our homes, keys to our cars, our bikes and all sort of things. So that is why I decided that in this video, let me showcase you if you are planning to make your first key organizer for everyday carry, how you can do that, and also show you what are the different options that you can add with your key organizer to basically enhance this functionality and give you more versatility. So without further ado, let me take you to the overhead camera and let's make our first EDC key organizer. Alright, so here we are on the overhead camera, and these are the different things that I will be putting in my new key organizer, and I will show you what are the different things that you can do. Depending on your use case, you can modify the different things, you can modify what you want and you can remove what you don't want. You can also add another things which may be useful for you, but it's not useful for me, so be open to experimentation, be open to adapting it. But over here what we have is the different things that I want to carry with me. So we have some Silocks, I'll talk about it in a moment. We have two type of O-rings, we have some Carabiners here, we have some key organizer, my car key, and we have some multi-tools. So I will show you how we can all use that to make our key organizer for everyday carry. And let's start with this one. So this is basically a small keychain, and there is nothing wrong to have just a small keychain. You can just use it to carry your keys, especially if you're carrying just one or two keys. I would highly recommend that you use a basic keychain. You can use a customized keychain. There are a lot of different companies that make it for you. You can pick a leather keychain, you can pick a plastic keychain, you can pick a keychain from any of your local store, online or Amazon, whatever you prefer. So there is nothing wrong with that. But because in my use case, I carry more than just keys, I like to carry some tools, I like to carry some different things and more than one key. So I will go with something called Key Organizer. So these are the Key Organizer by Orbitkey, and in my opinion, these are the best everyday carry key organizer, and that's what we will be using today. So Orbitkey is an Australian company and they make pretty good key organizer. They can be a bit on expensive side, so you don't have to buy it. You can find different key organizer in India and in online as well. So I have shown one of the key organizer in one of my previous video by Threads Craft Co. I think that's a decent key organizer for a fraction of a cost that what Orbitkey makes for. But in my opinion, Orbitkey definitely is still the king when it comes to making the key organizer, and I definitely like that. I think Spigen also have some sort of a similar key organizer available on Amazon. I have never used it, but it looks very much similar and almost the same design philosophy. So I will also put a link in the description if you want to check it out, and if Orbitkey is a little bit out of your budget. So we have two different options when it comes to Orbitkey. One is Orbitkey in leather, and the one is Orbitkey in sort of this silicon rubbery style. So for today's video, I will be going with the silicon rubbery style because it's a monsoon season. It's raining everywhere and leather and water doesn't go hand in hand pretty well. So this time I will be using the Orbitkey rubber key organizer, but honestly I prefer the leather one. But for the monsoon season, let's stick with the rubber key organizer. So as you can see, I've already added few things over here. So to give you the idea what are different things that you can add to your key organizer, of course you can carry multiple keys, and I think Orbitkey can easily handle 6 to 8 different keys depending on the sizes. So over here you can see I have a small key. This is for a padlock which I use when I'm traveling. This is a padlock key. I will not show any of the keys for my home, for my office, but you can get the idea that you can add your keys basically like this. So how it actually works, it opens it up like this, and once you open it up, then you can add your keys over here and you can close it back. I think there is a newest version as well which makes it easier to remove and add keys, but this is the old version that I currently have. So just have to unscrew this part over here, and over here you can attach different keys one by one. And if you have more than 4 or 3 keys, I think you also need to add a washer which also comes with the key organizer. So that's what I've done over here. So just to give you an inspiration, this is how a key looks, but you can add other things as well. So for example, I have added this, I think it's a 32 GB pen drive. This is also made by Orbitkey, but I've also shown that if you buy those small cart style pen drive, you can also add that. That's cheaper and you don't need to buy the Orbitkey one. But I have added the Orbitkey pen drive because I have it already. So 32 GB always stays on my key organizer. So if I need to transfer any files, any photos, then it's something that's really useful. The other thing I have added over here is something called YubiKey, and this is something that I use for two-factor authentication. It's a very, very secured mechanism of two-factor, multi-factor authentication authentication. This one comes in type C, made by a company called Ubico. How it works is whenever you are logging into your account, for example Instagram, Facebook, whatever, you have to first add your email ID, your username and password, and then for the second factor authentication you have to attach this key into the computer and then touch this gold plate over here, and that's the only way you will get into the account. That makes it very secure, because only the person who have this key will get into your account and the password, so that makes it really secure. I will also leave a link to the Ubico in the description, so I highly recommend everyone get this if you haven't already. The next thing I have over here is this is a multi-tool by Orbitkey itself. So these have a lot of different functions. So in the front it's a pry bar, and then it's a bottle opener, then there's a scale on both the sides, and then we have a small filer over here. To be honest, I don't like carrying it because I already have different tools with me all the time. I have a Swiss Army knife, and these days I'm also having Tyzac, which is a better and superior titanium pry bar. So I usually leave it at home, but just to give you an idea what different things you can add into your key organizer. So keys, pen drive, Ubico, everything can go in over here. So that is the key organizer which holds everything. Now how do I carry it for my everyday carry? That's where other things comes into the picture. So for that I highly recommend that you also pick this sort of a key loops which are quick accessible. So the first option that you have is this one. This is again by Orbitkey, and this is a keyring, but it's a quick access keyring. So this makes it really easy to bring out the keys and add other keys. So what you have to do, you have to just turn it over here, and then this will open up. So you can add your key organizer over here like this, and then if you need to add other things, other temporary keys, anything else, for example we need to add a Silox over here, then it also goes in like this, and then you can close it up. Basically just do the opposite and pull it at your side like this, and then it will close up like this. So this makes it a really good EDC Key Organiser setup because it makes it quick accessible. But again, this particular thing, the O-ring by Orbitkey, it might not be available in your region. It's also a bit expensive. So what you can do is you get the other option that is easily available on Amazon. So this one is something called a quick access keyring, and what you have over here is a small lever, and this will make it very easy to access or remove any keys or anything from your key organizer. So that goes over here. But to be honest, I prefer this one because this one is a little bit more secure, but if it's not available, then definitely this is a good option. So we are going it with this one for now. So what are the other things that you can add to your everyday carry key setup? That totally depends on your use case. So for example, I always have my car key with me, so this can go over here like this. So what I've done is I've added this small keychain, and then if I'm giving my car to the valet, it's very easy to just remove it and give this particular fob, and I don't have to give this Orbitkey. This is my car key fob, and this is my Orbitkey key organizer with the O-ring attached, and basically this is the 90%, 99% of my key organizer setup. I only have my car key fob and my key organizer, and all the things, all my keys, my office key, my home key, everything sits in over here. But again, as I mentioned, there are other things that you might need from time to time, and how we do that, let me also show you what are the different things. So first thing that you can carry with you is something called multi-tool or a Swiss Army knife. So these are the two most common Swiss Army knife that I carry with me in my key organizer. This one is a Victorinox Classic SD, and this one is a Victorinox Mini Champ. I have made a full video on this because this one is my favorite tool to carry on keychain, and this one is something that I highly recommend everyone should have it. And to be honest, this one is an overkill because this has like two different knives, orange peeler, screwdrivers and pen and whatnot, and this one only have a scissor, a blade and a filer and a Phillips and a flathead. But whatever you prefer, so let's take this one because this is something that I usually take with me, and I have a lot of different tools with me in my key organizer. So for example, we have a cuticle pusher, we have a filer, a nail filer over here. You can see that we have Phillips. So almost anything that you might encounter in your day-to-day you can solve with this thing, but this one is a smaller form factor. Both of them have a same length, 58 millimeter, but this one only have three tools, the blade, and this one is a flathead with a filer, and on the back you get a scissor. You also get a scissor on this one. So this one is my preferred one, but it's a bit expensive. It comes for around 5k, and this one comes for around I think 1.5k, and you can get it from Amazon as well. So what else I like to add? So over here I have two different things that I really like to add in my key organizer. So this is APX to Silox, basically small EDC canister, and you can use this to store multiple things. And whenever I'm going to any restaurant or whenever I'm going out to eat something, especially the street food, then I always have my toothpicks with me because sometimes I don't get toothpicks, and I really like to have toothpicks with me. I like to have my teeth clean, and also toothpick can do other things as well. So sometimes I have my toothpick with me, but 99% of the time I have this thing, and this thing is a small mints that you can find, and these are the mint tablets. So always freshen up your breath, always keeps your mouth freshen, and that's what I carry in this one. So almost 90% of time this one stays in my key organizer, and whenever I'm going out to eat any street food, then I take this one as well. So let's also add it over here. There it goes, make it a really good companion. So this is a really bulky key organizer, and you might be wondering that how I carry it, because as I mentioned, I don't like to carry it, but still I have to carry it, and it's also a lot of different things. So the way I carry it is using carabiners. So there are 3 different types of carabiner that I prefer. And not this one is not a carabiner, but this one is something that I will show you in a moment. So first of all, my favorite one is this one. This is the Night Eyes S-Biner number 3, and what you can do is this one goes over here. You can lock it up. This one comes with the lock. That's why it becomes really safe. And this one you can attach it to your belt loop. You can attach it to a sling bag, and makes it even more secure. So that's the one way that you can carry it. And again, this is a really good Night Eyes carabiner. I have shown this multiple times on this channel. But this one is another one of my customized carabiner. It's made up of titanium. I am thinking of putting it on store, but it's a bit expensive. I'm not really sure if people will buy it, so I'm just keeping it for myself as of now. But this looks really classy, and it also has a bottle opener over here. It's a sandblasted black color titanium APX tool carabiner. Let me know if you like it. I might put it on the store if there are a lot of interest, but for now it's just for me. And again, this is a solid carabiner, and this will go on my belt loop. But more specifically, especially in the summertime when I like to wear my shorts, I don't have a belt loop, I don't have a jeans, I don't have where I can attach my carabiner, and this is where this comes into this picture. This is another custom designed titanium tool which I did for myself, and again, I'm not sure if I'm going to be putting it on APX tool, so let me know as well. So this one is sort of a belt attacher, where you can attach your keychain over here like this, and this one goes to your jeans. This one goes to even your pajamas if you're wearing a pajamas, which I do a lot in summer season. Then you can attach this part to your pajamas, your shorts even. So let me show you how it works. So currently I'm wearing shorts, and you can see to attach this keychain, I just have to slide it over here like this, and it's not going anywhere. It's really strong, and it's really useful, especially in the summer and the monsoon season when I'm wearing my shorts. So you can see I'm wearing my shorts, and that's why I prefer this one in usually when I'm not wearing any jeans and I don't have a belt loop. This all makes my everyday carry key setup. As I mentioned, it's a bit bulky and I don't really carry everything, but this is a super set which has everything that I might need for day-to-day life. Usually it's just my Orbitkey and my car key, and then this titanium sort of a slot. That's all that I like to carry. And often when I'm not carrying any knife with me, then I add my Victorinox, and when I need, I add my mint box using the Silox tin. But yeah, that's all I wanted to showcase in this video. A little bit of inspiration how you can make your own everyday carry key setup. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if there is anything else that you can attach to your keychain. For example, there are some people who really like to attach a nail cutter, so you can use this Victorinox nail cutter. Some people really like to attach a flashlight, so you can attach not this flashlight, it's a really big, but a flashlight by Olight, small one, can be really handy in the key organizer. I don't do that, but I would love to see your key organizer setup, so do share that in the comment section and also post it in the Reddit community. So that was all for today's video, but before you go, do check out this video where I showcase a ton of great small EDC items that you can add to your everyday carry. But thank you for staying to the very end, and wanna see you in the next one.